Okay, so when you think about cutting-edge AI, what comes to mind? Probably data centers, right? Or maybe self-driving cars. I bet you're not picturing a kindergarten classroom with all the finger paints and building blocks. But today, believe it or not, these two worlds are starting to collide. So let's dive in and see how AI is, well, stepping into the sandbox.
And really, it all comes down to this one simple question. What happens when a tool as powerful as artificial intelligence meets something as fundamental, as human, as a kid's story time? You know, the answer isn't just about cool new tech. It's about completely rethinking what it means to be a teacher.
So, first things first, we have to get this idea out of our heads that AI in the classroom is some far-off, futuristic thing. It's not. It's already here. And its arrival has created a really critical challenge that we've got to solve, like, right now. And everything, everything, hinges on this one core idea. A new tool, no matter how shiny or advanced, is only as good as the person using it. And in a classroom, that person is the teacher. Their experience, their confidence, that's the ceiling.
And look, this isn't some tiny trend we're talking about. A 2022 survey out of South Korea found that 44% of kindergartens are already using AI in some form. It's happening, but that number hides a much more telling and honestly kind of shocking statistic.
1%. Get this, of all the AI education happening in those schools, only a measly 1% of it is actually led by the classroom's main teacher. The other 99%? That's run by external instructors brought in from the outside. Just think about that for a second. It points to this massive gap between the technology we're buying and the skills of the teachers who are supposed to use it.
And what about the other 56% who aren't using it at all? Well, the reasons are pretty much what you'd expect. But that third one on the list is the real kicker: insufficient teacher competency. It's a huge wall. Teachers just don't feel ready to lead, and that, right there, is the core problem we're going to unpack today.
So, we've got a really clear problem. The question is, how do you fix it? Well, one company thinks the answer isn't about throwing more tech at the wall, but about better training. It's about empowering the teachers themselves. So let me introduce you to the hero of our story today, the Happy Change Research Institute. They're based in Seoul, and their entire philosophy is built around one thing: creating custom, hands-on training that actually works. In this quote, this gets to the absolute heart of what they do. They completely reject that one-size-fits-all, boring, pre-packaged training model. Instead, they want to be a stepping stone. They build programs with the people in the room, in this case for kindergarten teachers.
Okay, so how do you actually train a kindergarten teacher to use AI? Well, you don't sit them down for a lecture on machine learning algorithms, that's for sure. No, you give them a project, something creative, something relevant, and something fun. You have them make an AI picture book.
This is their big idea. An AI picture book workshop. The goal here isn't just to talk about AI tools. It's to make sure every single teacher walks out the door with a finished product, a book they made themselves that they can literally use in their classroom the next day. And the way they do it is through this really simple, elegant four-step process. It's designed to take any teacher, no matter their tech level, from zero to a finished book. It just demystifies the whole thing by breaking it down into these small, creative steps. So let's walk through it. Everything starts with Module 1, which is all about building that foundation. This is the why. It's about helping teachers see the big picture of this digital shift and then showing them AI tools that are actually safe and useful for little kids. Next up, in Module 2, they get their hands dirty. They start using ChatGPT, but not to write the story for them. No, they use it as a brainstorming partner, as a creative sidekick to help them plan their story and come up with fun new ideas. And finally, in Module 3, it all comes together. This is the magic moment. Teachers learn how to use AI image generators to create all the illustrations for their story, and then use simple design tools to assemble their final professional-looking picture book. It's amazing. So, what's the actual result of a workshop like this? What really happens? Well, it's about so much more than just walking away with a single book. It's about fundamentally re-equipping these teachers for a whole new era of education. And this is where we can really connect the dots. You see how every single goal has a direct, practical effect. The point isn't just to learn an AI tool, it's to build genuine confidence. It's not just about writing a story, it's about unlocking creative abilities. Every single goal is tied directly to a real, empowering outcome for that teacher. So when you boil it all down, why does this matter so much? Because it completely flips the script on the teacher's relationship with technology. They go from being passive consumers of tech to being active creators.
They can suddenly make their own teaching materials that are perfect for their own students. It builds their confidence and puts the focus back on what's most important: creativity and great storytelling.
And that kind of leaves us with this final big question to think about. If AI is going to become a co-pilot in the classroom, handling some of the grunt work or acting as a creative partner, what does that mean for the human in the driver's seat? What does the teacher of the future actually become? Well, a program like this suggests they become a creator, a curriculum designer, a guide, and maybe, just maybe, a more human teacher than ever before.